Okay, here we go. I'm here, and we are live for the race stream here. Alright, man. It was a pain getting this thing going. Internet was not cooperating all that well, but we are here, and we are live for the Talladega 500 here, GEICO 500, whatever you want to call it. But, yep, we got ourselves a pretty good 500-mile race here today. And everything's buffering. That's not good. There we go. Hopefully, stream stays somewhat smooth. Complete train wreck in terms of getting signal down here. And I still don't have the booster set up, so I'm going to have to deal with below average quality here. But we're getting ready for Talladega. Hopefully you guys are excited. Pre-race pick. It's a bit of a kind of crapshoot type race. So let's see. Trying to think of who I want to go with for my pre-race pick, because I usually try and stick with my pre-race pick throughout the entire race. I'll go Michael McDowell. I want to see McDowell win. I'm gonna root for him, so I'll pick him. But I gotta go real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, here we go. I'm back. And here we go. So, Kevin Hart, number 800 on his career. I mean, that is a lot of starts for Kevin Harvick. But here we go. 800 starts. I mean, again, very few Cup drivers get to that point. I think they said 9 total drivers have hit. So he's now driver number 10 to have 800 Cup starts. They just showed it on screen. But yeah, that is a insane number to think about. 800 starts. But yeah, here we go. Alright, so here we go. We got a pretty good race getting ready to go here. 60 laps in stage 1. I'm guessing it'll be another 60 laps in stage 2, and then the final 68 laps to the checkers. What you up to, cat? But here we go. Let's see what we got for. So yeah, so we got Denny Hamlin on pole. Amarola starting second. Third place, Ty Gibbs, the rookie. Chase Briscoe starting fourth. Fifth is Ryan Blaney. Sixth, Christopher Bell. Seventh, MTJ. Eighth is Joey Logano. Ninth, Kyle Larson. And 10th will be Chris Buescher. Kevin Harvick rolls off in the number 11 position. Bubba Wallace, the Super Speedway ace, is in 12th. Reddick's honestly done amazing this year, especially the last couple of races. He's 13th. Cindric, the 2022 Daytona 500 winner, He's starting 15th on the field. Kyle Busch, who almost won this year's Daytona 500, he is starting 17th. And Keselowski starting 12th or starting 20th is, I think, the winningest active driver at Talladega. But here we go. All right, they're talking with Chase Elliott, who won the 2019 spring race. Of course, he's only in his second race back. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, Cat's right here. I think you might want to hop up on stream, but I think he might be a little short for that. Let's try turn up a little higher, although I found out yesterday this thing doesn't stay up. But, yep, here we go. So, here we go. How's everybody doing? Alright, so, yeah, it doesn't look like he's wanting to hop up, but we'll see. Alright, so, yeah, we're getting ready, though, for this race. Hopefully everybody's excited for the race. Let me know any of your guys' pre-race picks if you guys have any of your own that you'd like to share. Right, here we go. There we go. Yeah, so we got the cat here. He decided he wanted up, so there we go. But here we go. Oh. Alright, they're showing Chastain now. We're getting ready for the green flag. This thing's getting ready to go racing. But, yep, here we go. You guys excited for I'm excited for this race to get started here. There we go. Whoa. Kitty's falling. But yeah, so here we go. We got fuel window is 40 to 44 laps. Okay, so I'm guessing that's kind of consensus from because those numbers are probably corroborated with the crew chief, so probably a little bit of extra. You can probably go 45, 46 if you really want to stretch it, but none of these crew chiefs will admit to that because they don't want everybody else knowing that they can go that far, so here we go. Eric Almirola starting on the outside of the front row. Pace car lights are off, which means we're going to be going green this time. Gizmo, you ready for green flag racing? But, yep, here we go. So we got Gizmo here ready to watch the race with us, so. AJ Allmendinger to the rear. No, come on, Allmendinger. Can you just keep your track position to start a race once? Please. So here we go. Yeah, they're talking about now the offset start-finish line, which will probably make a difference today. We'll have to wait and see, obviously, at the end of this race, but here we go. Pace car is off and dives for pit road here to start the race. Here we go. Coming through the GEICO restart zone. Waiting for that green flag this time. Denny, Hamlin, Almirola on the front row. And here we go. Off they go. Green, green, green. Green flag is in the air. And they are racing at Talladega. So, 2 Stewart Haas Fords on the outside. 2 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyotas on that inside row. Let's see. Who's in row 3? That's Joey Logano on the outside. I can't tell who's inside third row there. Is that Blaney? Hard to really tell because they're drifting back so far. But yeah, those Fords on the outside, though, absolutely powered around the outside to take control of the race here at the start. So, yeah. I say, Toyota has a severe lack when it comes to the numbers game here. They have less numbers than anybody else at this track. But, of course, Ford and Chevy are pretty equal, though, so it's still possible. There we go. Almirola leads the first lap. You got, looks like Logano and Busch are forming the outside, leading the outside lane. I believe that's Bubba Wallace, third car outside lane, so here we go. Yes, that's, Bubba is the third car in that outside lane, and here we go. Right. So, right now it's Almirola and, so Almirola, Briscoe on the inside. Oh, we got a crash, and it's Michael McDowell is around. Are you kidding me? No, come on. Michael McDowell. What happened? 3 laps in and he's got a blown tire. There is something more going on here than just a tire going down. You're kidding me. Okay, let's see. What happened? He had something going wrong here. Okay, yeah, he had something going wrong before the tire went down. I can't believe that he just had a tire wear through this short into the race. 2 laps in and we have a blown tire from Mike McDowell. Come on. Really? Really? Someone tell him that there weren't any bonus points for doing 360s, because he nearly did another one there. Of course, the blown tire ended the hope of doing a third 360. But yeah, the dirt race, he was the 360 king when it came to doing 360s and keeping going. But here we go. We got a caution flag out, and once again, it's a lot of the Fords have taken the top 3 spots. Meanwhile, the Toyotas have taken most of the rest of the spots inside the top 10. 2 Chevys in Austin Dillon in 8th and Kyle Larson in 10th are the only non-Chevys to still hold a top 10 spot after those 2 laps. But, man, I mean, come on. Just ridiculous here. Oh, man. Here we go. So Almirola, Briscoe, I expect both of them to take either inside or outside lane. They may think that because of the fact that they made it work from the top line to start this race, that they may think the top line will be effective for them. Maybe all 4 Fords take the bottom to try and control that. Problem is, then you open up the option for the Chevys and Toyotas to team up on the outside lane to try and counter your strategy. But you got to try something, I feel like. I mean, you're going to have to pick inside or outside lane. Maybe the Penske and Roush Fords split from the SHR ones, but again, it'll be hard to really tell exactly what the different strategies are going to be. I don't think at this point nobody's going to pick, except for Michael McDowell, who obviously has the flat tire that started this whole thing. And they're back from commercial break, so makes this nice and easy. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So, Michael McDowell is back out there. Did he lose a lap? If he lost a lap, I will be very upset. Something broke on his right rear? Are you kidding me? I mean, seriously, Michael, could you not have just not done that? Let's see. It looks like Michael McDowell is still on the lead lap, which, hey, you know what? That's a win, honestly, that he's not on a lap down at this point. Alright. Oh, a lot of cars are coming down pit road to top this thing off. Nobody in the side of the top 10 or 15 are doing this, but I wouldn't put it and say I'm not surprised to see guys like Chase Elliott who are already in the back 10 pitting here. Same thing with Zane Smith. Zane Smith taking over the 38 for this week, while the 36 is Todd Gilliland, who is on a streak of top 10 finishes, or top 15 finishes. I mean, come on, though. Michael McDowell, how do you get that unlucky to have a part break this early in the race? They're going to try and replace the toe link before they run out of time on the crash clock. Uh-oh. It's going to be really tough. But, yeah, I mean, come on. I actually forgot about that for a moment. But, yeah, why did we not have a practice session to figure out that, hey, we have the wrong shock setting or whatever? Like, the lack of practice at a track like this is literally, I mean, it's pedestrian here. Man, come on. I mean, come on. Like, did Michael McDowell really have to have this challenge to start this race? Come on. I mean, yeah, he got lucky that no one hit him, but come on. So, yeah, Michael McDowell is down for the count. He's one lap down now. Again, car's visible damage is not very severe. It's barely a few scratches, but yeah, that is just not fun though for the for 34 fans. And of course, he was my pick to win this race. He was my early pre-race pick. But man, but yeah, I mean, I know they're gonna try and pace it to try and keep him in this race, but I would love it if we could get that green flag here soon. All right, there we go. Michael McDowell is heading back out onto the track, so he should rejoin one lap down. All right, so here we go. How's everybody doing? Who's everybody's picks to win this race? Cat settling down for a cat nap over in the corner. But here we go. Let's see. Trying to look down the list a little further. Suarez is doing all right. Harrison Burton up in the top 20. That's going to be one to keep an eye on. But again, this race, this race is going to be a race of you got to get green flag and running to see what you're actually going to have. So here we go. Eric Almirola versus Joey Logano. Oh, no, they lined up together. Chris Buescher takes the inside line, his first car inside line. All right. Chris Buescher was the only Ford to take that inside line of the front three. And there we go. Joey Logano moves down in front of Chris Buescher, and there goes Eric Almirola. And now Chase Briscoe is on the outside with a bunch of Toyotas behind him, trying to help him take the lead. Meanwhile, you got the line of Fords on that inside there. So here we go. You got Briscoe looking to the outside. You got Almirola on the inside. Two lines side by side. And it's going to come down to, again, settling into a rhythm and seeing who can gain position on who here. There we go. Briscoe, he's got the room. He can move down if he wants to. There we go. Briscoe can now control both lanes, so he can join up with his Ford teammates on the bottom line there. So there we go. You got Buescher, Logano, Almirola, and Briscoe all on that bottom line. But then you've got Bubba Wallace, Ty Gibbs on that outside line. Again, I think that's Ryan. Yeah, that's Ryan Blaney, third car in the outside lane. Then you've got Truex. Here we go. So they're giving a night, and I say that outside line's actually getting some pretty good pushes going here, honestly. So, alright, so McDowell, whatever McDowell's issue is, it wasn't fixed yet. They've cleared the crash clock, but whatever issue it was not fixed. And there we go. Bubba Wallace surges around the outside. He has got a nose out in front. He might be close to clearing himself when we get to the exit of this corner. He might have the edge. But we're going to have to wait and see here. Bubba versus Briscoe on the front row. Let's see. It's going to be a drag race. Bubba's got the nose out ahead. He's got help directly behind him as well from Ty Gibbs. But they are on the longer outside line here. Bubba is out in front. He can move up and down if he wants to. He can start working both lines. So here we go. Bubba Wallace stays up top, though, and gets another push from Ty Gibbs on the top line. Ryan Blaney as well up there. I'm curious to see if he might bail on his Toyota guys to try and move down to the Fords where he really belongs if you factor in the fact that he is a Ford. He doesn't necessarily want to help the Fords get beat. But yeah. Of course, the battle for the lead here, it's going to start to become more important as we get later and later into the stages and the race, obviously. But these guys can definitely make it, though, on fuel. Or, sorry, they definitely can't make it on fuel. They're going to need to make one stop. Probably you'll see a lot of people pit somewhere around the halfway point. Although, I wouldn't put it past some people pitting in, say, 5 to 10 laps. Trying to short pit and trying to get down there and get some fuel and then run it long. Although I think, again, the pitting halfway in the stage and I think pitting late are going to be the two strategies that a lot of people will use. Because if a yellow comes out and you stay out, you to potentially end up leading yourself into a winning position if the yellow does fly. But yeah. So here we go. So we got the 19, the 55, the 54 on the outside, trying to help that 23, but they're still kind of locked in a side-by-side battle here. 2 lines, not 3 here. Say only 1 caution so far, and we're getting ready to go to caution to the not caution, but to the commercial break here. So here we go. So pretty good start to the race, honestly, so far. Hopefully you guys are as excited for this race as I am. Again, just kind of waiting to see it start to build up, because that's kind of the downside with plate racing, especially with this current cup package, is that you can just kind of wait around, especially after seeing a incident like what happened with McDowell, where something was way off. You don't want to test it too hard until you get closer to the end, and you really need to start testing it. But yeah. So here we go. Alright, so here we go. But yeah, we're we're at a commercial break right now, but hopefully, again, we should be having a lot of really good racing action as we go further into this race. Man. So it's going to be a long race, because 500 miles is definitely never short. But here we go. Hopefully everybody's excited. Again, we got a long way to go here before we start getting to the end. There we go. So here we go. They're showing the progress bars now. We had that really early yellow, which, again, that was just such a gut punch to start this race that my pick gets a flat tire on the very first lap of the race, pretty much. But, yeah. And say they've had a very orderly start here with the 2-line show. Sounds like kind of Christopher Bell's pre-race prediction about how this was going to race. It sounds like it's coming true. So. So yeah, so nothing too crazy right now, but we'll have to obviously wait and see if this gets crazy here as we get later into the stage. Because again, I think the pit window is open right now. I would say to pit and make it to the end of the stage without stopping again. But yeah, I mean, again, if I maybe run, I think, again, around lap 20, so in about 3 laps, I think you'll see a group come to pit road. I don't know how big of a group, but I think you will see a group come to pit road. And then and then a little bit after that, I think you will see, around lap 30, I think you'll see a second group come to pit road. Now, how big those groups are, I don't know. I'm curious to see, because we're getting close. I would hope that they would start getting organized and all to the bottom line if they're going to do it. Granted, a lot of the Fords are already on that bottom line, so they wouldn't need to work too hard to get down there. But yeah, if I know that the inside line is pitting though soon, I would be trying to get away from them. So far, the fastest lap, you've got BJ McLeod, JJ Yaley at the top of the fastest lap charts. What on earth? But I would like to see some more action before they just kind of settle in. I mean, just kind of settling into 2 lanes and they're staying fairly close. So yeah, Blaney's the one I'm curious about to see if he would want to try and get to that inside line before this potential pit window opens. So again, kind of the theoretical window is open here. If you wanted to try and pit early, get your tires and get your tires now. Now, yeah, if you aren't planning on taking tires, yeah, you run this thing late and try and do a splash and go at the end. With the mid pit, the pit at Cup driver. But yep, so yeah, we got a pretty good run here. So just kind of keeping an eye on the field. Kyle Busch has moved through the field. I'm kind of impressed with him because where there hasn't been a third lane, I don't see how. See Harrison Burton making his way up into that top 10. He just poked up in there for the first time today. Yeah, stream and share it. Uh-oh. No. This is not going steady. That's not good. Wow, it's going had a ton of errors early in this race. Now we haven't heard if he's got his issue. See how all the kind of strategy ends up working out though as we get later into this stage here. It's gonna be a third lap down for McDowell. Oh, sorry, I just hit the mic, but yeah, it's just gonna be a third lap down for McDowell, or is this his second lap that he's going down here? Let's see. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it looks like maybe that was only his second lap down there. So yeah, hopefully, man, this stream is not staying stable, which is not good. Is not staying stable, which is not good. Don't have much I can do about it, which is even worse. But yeah, so Joey Logano running 11th right now, side by side with Chastain for 10th. But yeah, now that the inside line is starting to become the dominant line here. Here we go. The control there now, the inside line has lost the lead to the outside, and that's Suarez and Kyle Busch. Oh boy, I don't know if I can think of a worse combo here. Let's see what I can do about the internet, but again, I don't think there's much I can do right now to try and improve this. But yeah. Right now, oh wow, Harrison Burton up to the third car on the outside line. So you could potentially see again a push here to try and take the spot, but if you're Kyle Busch here, I think you're, again, the question is when do you guys pit? Because you're starting to hit lap 30 now. If you don't pit now, then you're pretty much saying you're going to wait until like lap 40, 45, maybe even some will wait till lap 50 to pit. But again, we kind of know the fuel window is 40 to 44 laps. And they're going to commercial break again, so I guess I'm going to really quickly go try and see if I can fix this before we go to the yellow, since they seem pretty confident they have some time before pit stops. Oh, here we go, getting ready for pit stops. That's going to be crazy. Suarez down to the bottom. Kyle Busch to the race lead. And yeah, on the pit road, and we got a yellow. Wait, no, we don't have a yellow. No yellow? They hit on there is, but yep. So now the rest of the Chevys and Fords are going to have to try and separate. But yeah, that 45 car, that's going to be hard to make because they were showing a replay. And here we go. So, again, pit stops would be nice here. You know, So here we go. Ty Dillon to the lead, and we got more pit stops coming. Here we go. Both RCR cars came. Hard to tell who else came there. And there goes that field of cars. So here we go. Let's see. Oh, we got to hand out the window for Ryan Preece. Ryan Preece coming to pit road this time. Curious to see who else ends up following him down pit road. I'm guessing all the... What happened, though? Yeah, that should have been a caution a lot earlier, I feel like, especially where he was at the front of the pack that came to pit road, but man, I mean, that should have been a pit. That should have been a yellow much earlier. Again, if you get beached, I get it. You want to try and let the pit cycle naturally flow, but here's the question: Who was in the pit stop? So he's going to be. But yeah, this is not good. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really curious to hear what happened to the 14 there, because that is crazy to see what happened. But yeah, some of the people are saying about Bubba's radio. But yeah, I mean, this is just ridiculous to start the race. But hey, you know what? We're gonna have a crazy we're gonna have like 15 laps to go when we go green here. So here we go. So Stenhouse and Jones are the top two. Then you got Dillon, Haley, and Corey LaJoy, Allmendinger, Elliott, Bowman, Larson, Chastain, the top 10. Wow. That's a really interesting top 10 there, but yeah. So yeah, so the entire top 11, let's see, who's the highest non-Chevy driver right now? Highest non-Chevy is Joey Logano in 13th. And the highest Toyota is MTJ in 27th after all that. Oh boy. But man, that is not good. So I'm curious. We're gonna see a lot of guys I think stay out. That basically everybody that had already pit. So we're gonna have to wait and see here. But here we go. So they're saying Reddick is the first pit stop, but yep, or not. But yeah, so we had the free pass went to Reddick, but yeah, this is the first caution here or second caution for cause. So, fun times. So, Yeah, we're just kind of waiting here to see how this all kind of starts to cycle out. Looks like Elliott, Bowman, Larson. So the looks like the Hendrick camp ended up coming out ahead of everybody else. Then you had the Joey Logano, Zane Smith. So the three of the Penske cars and Zane Smith. But yeah, I mean, again, this is just kind of the situation that it comes into from time to time. That you gotta have a situation for like. I'm actually kind of curious to see if Zane Smith maybe got to sit in on the Penske meeting. For Penske to potentially look at trying to poach him for that 21 car if they are seriously looking at replacing Burton. But we'll have to wait and see, obviously, here. Man, here we go. So they're showing some USFL practice, or not practice, but advertisements there. But yeah, right now though, again, we're just kind of waiting for the commercial break to be over so we can kind of see the pack starting to form up. Hopefully, we can get that green flag here with 15 to go. It's looking more like it's going to be closer to 10 to go though at this rate. But yeah, this is going to be a fun restart though to the checkered flag here. So there we go. The USFL apparently has a game tonight at 7. So if anyone's interested, 7 p.m. tonight on FS1, the Panthers taking on the Stars. But here we go. But yeah, this Hendrick camp has really lucked into leading this thing. Curious to see how it ends up going though with the 6 Chevys at the front. And the Koch family of drivers. Denny Hamlin back in 34th just because of where he pit. Was a mess. And Chase Elliott's back. I'm going to say everybody's going to be freaking out about that. Alright, so here we go. So Briscoe made an extra pit stop here. Again, Briscoe, I don't know. I want to know what happened to that car. Okay, so Briscoe's first red car, he was going too fast. He loops it wide. He goes around everybody, but he never made contact with another car, and he didn't go over the grass at all. So I don't know what happened to that car to kind of flatline that, but. All right, so they're talking about trying to flip the stage. So since they just went in pit now, they're going to try and take care of these tires, stay out at this next yellow when we get the stage end. And here we go. We're going to be getting ready for a restart here. Oh yeah, I just remembered something I can do to try and hopefully help the performance of the stream. I had completely forgotten about this option I had. So just give me All right, here we go. So they're green flag here with 13 laps to go. 13 to go. And it is a deadlock there. And whoa, why is Byron hanging off so far? Is he trying to let Bowman or let Logano down? All right, well, now he's closed up to the back bumper there. And as Chastain drifts off the back bumper of Elliott, I believe. I don't know, that inside line just did not seem to have organization behind it, but yeah. There we go. That should hopefully help the stream's performance, but yeah. Yeah, that separation does not build some good speed. Like, again, look at the, well, you guys are watching on TV, look at the gaps between the car in second and third place. There's such a gap compared to the top line being really tightly packed. You're going to see the, yeah, there we go. The 48 and the 5 almost managed to clear this one. But yeah, now they're back to side by side here. Again, I'd like to see them try and mate. I'd like to see them try and go 3 wide because that's kind of the biggest problem right now with what's wrong with this. The end of this stage, okay, so at least it's a side by side. I mean, that's a slight redeeming quality, but man. Oh, did the stream fully crash at this point? Because it's still showing me no data that's being received, which is not good. Uh-oh. So I'm trying to figure out why my... I'm going to say, this stream is... Alright. This is such a frustrating stream to have to deal with right now, but... Alright, there we go. It says good connection. We got 7 laps left to go here at Talladega. Man. Oh, hey, look, we got a third lane forming. Kyle Busch, Amarola, Stenhouse look to be the founders of that top line now. Yeah, we're gonna see we're back from commercial break. Good. Gonna get back before the 5 to go and. We got about 5 laps to go here. There we go. Chase Elliott he's clear out in front there. Trying to figure out what's going on with the stream issues, but. So here we go. 4 laps to go. They're going to be coming to 3 laps to go this next time by 3 more times around. This is going to be fun. And I say the field is broken up. At least that section that they're showing with the Toyotas. Not really sure what's going on here. All right, here we go. 3 laps to go here. So here we go. It's still side by side. Chase Elliott got back side by side with his teammate. I don't get why you don't just work with your teammates. Go and take the lead and work both lines there. If you got clear, like we saw him get clear there, I don't know. But here we go. We're going. Here we go. Coming to the white flag here in stage number 1. It is a white flag here. They are racing it out for that for the playoff point and the 10 regular points. We got 3 hits, 1 and 2 here. Gonna be waiting to see who can kind of jump out of line maybe to try and make a third line work, but you gotta have a lot of help. Otherwise, it's going to be a matter of pushing who can push which lane to the front here. But yeah, it's been really organized through this first stage so far. As we come to the checkered flag, though, let's see. Michael McDowell popping out of line with his teammate Todd Gilliland there in the number 36. But Chase Elliott takes the lead with a push from Chastain. And it's going to be Elliott, Bowman, Chastain, the top 3. William Byron 4th. 5th, Kyle Larson. 6th, Austin Cindric. 7th, Noah Gragson in the Legacy Motor Club car. Joey Logano getting 8th. 9th, Ryan Preece. And the final point going to Daniel Suarez in 10th. So, yeah, pretty good first stage. All right, here we go. So yeah, so right now, we so far, I will say I'm not a fan so far of this super speedway racing with the next gen car. At least so far from what I've seen, it seems like it's not too hard to get organized into 2 very fast lanes, and from there it's really hard to get a third lane going. But yeah. I don't know about agreeing totally with Christopher Bell saying that the plate package is as bad as the short track package right now, but yeah, this package certainly could use some work though, I think. Honestly, I'd like to see them maybe, I don't know, it's hard to say. So here we go. Todd Gilliland ended up in that top 10. Did he finish there? Yeah, I am curious to see what's going to end up coming out of all this. Again, these Toyotas are going to have to try and figure something out. Briscoe ended up losing 2 laps along with McDowell, so we'll have to wait and see who ended up getting that free pass at the end. I didn't even realize that was a fight. I didn't think to check the free pass battle, but yeah. Clint Boyer just took all the Chevys for the ones to watch, really, dude. Joey Logano for Tony Stewart's pick. I don't know. Again, I kind of like the idea of them picking 1. But yeah. They forgot to turn Larry Mack's mic on. He's doing. Yeah. So here we go. We got ourselves a yellow flag here. We're going to be getting ready to come down pit road. I'm going to really quickly grab some water, and I will be right back for the stage number 2. my water, and we are ready for the remainder of the race. All right. Here we go. Let's see if we can actually get the stream to say it now. Alright, so here we go. We're gonna have to wait and see what we get to the, oh, and they went to commercial break, but we'll have to wait and see when they, come back, I guess, to see if the, see when the, running order gets shaken out. I don't know why the NASCAR Xfinity Series stuff seems to do so well, but alright, here we go. So here we go. Here we go. Should take a little bit more time today to try and get a nap in during my lunch break, but I didn't, so. There we go. Looks like it's starting to cycle out. So Denny, Hamlin, Kevin Harvick. I mean, it's just such a jumbled mixed bag at the front. Hard to really tell who's gonna have the edge here, because you got Joe Gibbs Toyota, SHR Ford, Colleague Chevy, Trackhouse Chevy, Joe Gibbs Toyota, Penske Ford, RFK Ford, Penske Ford, then Stuart Haas, and then another Gibbs car before you get to the end of the top 10. So you got like 5 different teams or so, and all 3 manufacturers represented. Because you got 2 different Chevy teams. You got Colligan and you got both Colligan and Trackhouse for the Chevys. Then you got all 3 of the competitive Ford teams. You got Stuart Haas, Penske, and RFK. Then you have the Joe Gibbs cars. You got what's that? 6 different teams inside the top 10. And then you got a Hendrick car in 11th, which makes for a lot of drivers there. So here we go. So Chris Buescher going to the tail end of the longest line. Yay. He ran over some equipment. We're going to have to wait and see here, but yeah, so Buescher will be dropping back here at the for the before we go green. I'm gonna say Ty Dillon's up there. I'm gonna say nice to see him still running well. Larson up into that top 10. So here we go. Sorry. Neck. Yes. All right, Blaine Perkins, he is okay. They took him to a hospital yesterday for further evaluation, but apparently he's doing very well. Um, Expects to be released probably tomorrow. Just gonna do a couple final evaluations. Probably concussion protocol mainly would be my main guess after a big wreck like the one that sent him flipping yesterday. But yeah. All right, so here we go. Glad to hear though that Blaine Perkins is okay. That's one of those updates we don't get often enough when a driver, especially in a kind of lower tier Xfinity driver, because Blaine Perkins, he's never really done much of anything in Xfinity, but again, each driver is very important to this overall series as a whole. So here we go. So there we go. Kevin Harvick, he's now taking control of the lead, and he can start to work both lines if he really wanted to. All right. So let's see. So stage number 2. This is going to be your last stage to get your lineups fixed. Which reminds me to check my fantasy lineup before that happens. But yeah, here we go. So Austin Dill. Wait, no, that's Truex. Truex to the bottom. So Truex is now leading on the bottom lane. And he ended up side by side with Kevin Harvick there. Yeah, my driver picks have not gone well. McDowell, Austin Hill, and Keselowski all in the back right now and haven't earned any points. Actually, Logano is the only driver on my lineup that has earned stage points. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see, obviously, till we get later in this stage, see potentially who survives some of the other big accidents later on. Here we go. Trying to think about any about potential ways to try and use the online poll feature on the stream to try and give us some more fun here. But yeah, there we go. Oh man, the fact that the stream has just been so back and forth in terms of working, not working, working, not working. It's just been a pain. But yeah, so Harvick, Logano, and Priest have kind of taken over. But here we go. So here we go. Let's see. A lot of Fords at the front of the field, showing the Blaine Perkins wreck from yesterday's race. Also showing the other big one where Daniel Hemrick ended up rolling over onto his roof with a real slow roll. So here we go. So Joey Logano is taking control of the race lead with Truex in tow. And Truex to the outside line here with Hamlin. So you got two Toyotas there working together on the outside, and they take control of this lead from Joey Logano. It's really weird to kind of see drivers basically not trying to lead the race right now, because I think some of them see this as a potential issue where if they lead the race, they are going to be running shorter on fuel here. Although, again, I think you pit around lap 20 to 30 here, make it safely to the end, or, again, you stretch it to lap 40 and take no tires to try and better your track position for the end. But, again, we'll have to wait and see as to what ends up happening at the end here. So yeah, a lot of this whole side by side stuff where they have green flag racing action and then they got a biggie bag dancing on the side. Like, can we not do this while the drivers are at a yellow flag? Because we have a lot of yellow flags these days. But yeah. So here we go. So Truex and Hamlin, again, those two kind of they've got the momentum and they've got a lot of it going around the top of the racetrack here. It's gonna be curious to see as they until that bottom line starts to fade, really isn't gonna allow for much kind of curiosity as to who's gonna pop out of line, because nobody can pop out of line right now. Like, I feel like you need to knock out most of these competitive cars to try and create some holes to try and run, but I feel like the cars are just too similar right now that they can all, on any given run, they can all pretty much lead and run the same. With varying levels of success, but still pretty even. And I say, you can't have all 30-something drivers come to pit road together. That would just not be possible. So Michael McDowell's only one lap down? Hey, that's not too bad. McDowell could get back in this thing. Here we go. Joey Logano and Justin Haley, they're bunched up together here. Not a lot of momentum there, though, from the inside line, which isn't really threatening. Then isn't really allowing a ton of threat here onto the driver, the number 11 or the 19, really, for the race lead. Considering they're starting to even potentially allow the Ford to see himself as clear to start moving up and down both lines. Yeah, so Brad Keselowski, I think, just nailed the problem with this, with the way that this package is that they're just running side by side and nobody can really pass each other. But yeah, I mean, right now though, second stage again, we're kind of waiting until 30 to go. I feel like at 30 to go, especially if we don't have a early, since we didn't have an early yellow in this stage to really extend it, I feel like we're gonna see pitting around again. Lap 30 would be the question mark for me. I'm really looking forward though to hopefully having a good race at Dover next week. New aero package, the new short track package that we've seen at Phoenix, Dover, or Phoenix, Bristol, Martinsville, Richmond, those tracks. I'm curious to see how the package works at Dover. But yeah, I mean, I think you need more horsepower, I think, is the big thing at the short tracks. But we'll have to wait and see, obviously, if they make any changes to the horsepower level in the off season. Same thing with kind of changes to the plate racing package to try and make that more competitive. Because right now, the way that this race is playing out, it is not exactly the best. And yeah, these short track or these super speedways, I mean, you really need the ability to create a third lane that's semi-competitive here if you really want to have a good race. Here we go. So yeah, who's everybody's picks to win the race? So at this point, now that we're about 100, or a little short of 100 laps in here. All right, so here we go. I mean, again, it's also hard when there isn't a whole lot of action on track because we don't have crazy three wide blocking for the lead right now. We're gonna have these cup drivers. I think they just know all too well from other races that you can't wreck too many cars early, otherwise you can't finish the race. So here we go. Here we go. Alright, so they're back from commercial break. But yeah, right now though, it really is just kind of a curious spot that these drivers are in. Still lockstep at the front of the field. Got Logano on the inside and those two Toyotas leading the outside line with Harvick in tow. Yeah, it does not seem like a lot of passing is occurring right now. There's been a lot of lead changes, which is kind of masking a really kind of not great race. I mean, 24 lead changes already is pretty good. But again, I would hazard the guess that I think you are seeing a lot of this back and forth kind of leading at the line, masking a bad race from the ages as a way to see but here we go. They're just side by side. Logano inches ahead, and then Truex inches ahead. Logano inches ahead, and Truex inches ahead. But yeah, we're waiting to see what ends up happening when they get some pit stops going. Would love to have seen how the last stage would have played out if we had gone to an extent. It almost seems like that might be the solution some people are going with, is to just wait for a yellow because you know it's going to come. But yeah, right now, I mean, I say I've had something in my eye and it's not helping me stay open, but yeah. Oh, hey, Hamlin to the bottom. Hamlin jumps to the bottom on Truex here, and we got a side-by-side battle for the lead between the two teammates now. There we go. That's something. We got a battle here, and yeah. So here we go. NASCAR on Fox. Crank it up. Loud, but yeah. So Truex and entertaining stuff in the world. So yeah, so I mean, again, those two Toyotas, I feel like that going side by side here is going to help them with clogging up both lanes. We'll 10 laps before we. So here we go. Here we go. Man. That has got to be one of the dumber show ideas I've seen. I mean, I guess people watch it because it's happening, but yeah, Farmer Wants a Wife has got to be one of the stupidest ideas I've heard for a TV show in a while. But yep, fun times. Again, like the battle for the lead. Again, you still got. Oh, there we go. We got a third line appearing, but Harvick and Truex able to clear out in front, and we got. Denny Hamlin might be looking for pit road. He looked like he was. Yeah, kind of looking to the bottom there. Here we go. We're gonna see some pit stops off of turn 4. But yeah, there is starting to be a third lane here, though. Third lane at Talladega. That's gonna potentially start to open up some strategy elements here. one has been create a third line. Second option is going to be getting that third line to actually mean something, threatening yet. Oh, Bubba got loose and almost lost it there. Three wide here through most of the field. Bubba Wallace, he is alongside for the race lead here. There we go. That's what we were looking for. And now Bubba Wallace is out front and covering 3 lines of traffic here. So Bubba covering both lines, and yeah, that third line is starting to drop back. But here we go. Denny Hamlin versus Martin Truex Jr. behind him. So here we go. It's like 3 lines is not going to make this easy for pit stops. And they only got a few laps to try and get down there at this point in terms of pit stops. So here we go. Here we go. Michael McDowell, he is at the tail end. Is that the tail end of the 1 lap down, or is he 2 down already? McDowell, whatever has gone on with his car, it has been terminal. But, yeah, here we go. So, Bubba Wallace versus Truex on the outside line. Yeah, that top line, though, is kind of starting to vanish, which, again, is why I didn't necessarily take it the most seriously when we first saw it forming. Because it's like, yeah, it's there, but it's not really going to last long. And, again, it proved itself to not handle there. But there we go. And say MTJ got down in front of Bubba Wallace looking for the race lead. Imagine if Harvick could win Talladega in his final season here. But here we go. Man. So yeah, so now those SHR cars are kind of just starting to take the lead. You got Priest and Harvick controlling the front right now. Man, there's just... I wish that there was more going on in this race. Like, you have a little bit of movement, but there's just not enough to keep this race interesting right now. Again, mainly because I think a lot of drivers are waiting for the pit stop. Because pit stops are going to factor in here. You got 4 to 6 laps left, and that's in your entire tank, pretty much. Here we go. Yeah, that inside line is starting to go here. So the inside line, it's got the lead. So Ty and Austin Dillon right now are working together on that inside and outside, or working together on the outside lane to try and combat the inside. But here we go. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Pit stops. We got cars coming to pit road. A lot of Chevys. You got the Hendrick cars. You got Kyle Busch coming to pit road. And yeah, you got pit stops. Oh, we got a Toyota Chevy batch coming to pit road this time. So the Toyotas, though, are the main ones that kind of led this batch here. You got the 19 of Truex. You got Bubba Wallace in the 23 coming down. You had the 20 of Christopher Bell. You had the 42 of Gregson. You had the 11 of Hamlin. So here we go. It's gonna start to bunch up here. Ah, man. So, let's say the Ford's entitled, and here we go. Green flag pit stops. Here comes the third wave of pit stops. Harvick, Logano, kind of taking this one, and now it's going to be Brad Keselowski, Chris Buescher, Riley Herbst, JJ Yaley taking the top 4 spots here. But yeah, right now though, this I say they gotta get in line and try and running in a single file line will help them as well. But here we go, everybody's coming. The last of them will come to pit road. Yep, there we go. Chris Buescher and Brad Keselowski both come to pit road along with JJ Yaley and the 15 of Riley Herbst. So here we go. Everybody coming into pit road. So here we go. I'm gonna say fuel only stops. Alright, so you had 3 lanes that are kind of formed, but that middle line is definitely the strongest of the 3 so far. And say we'll have to wait and see, obviously, how this all plays out, but so far it looks like that middle line has been the one for the for when you get back green flag. Though again, this one comes down to a lot who you pit with. So here we go. 14 laps to go. I'm going to quickly use the bathroom, and then I will be back, and we will be uninterrupted to the checkered flag. Alright, here we go. We are back from the, I'm back in the bathroom, and they went full screen commercial, which is fantastic. So here we go. We're back, and we're ready here for the run to the checkers here. Bubble. Yeah, so far I haven't been able to actually see it. Can hear. Okay, yeah. So it's basically exactly what I thought. So Chase Elliott leading the inside line. But there we go. Yep, the Toyotas, they got grouped together though. One is that they can absolutely fly to the front of the grids here in these NASCAR Cup Series races. Here we go. 9 laps to go here. Yeah, that the third lane up there at all. That was kind of the thing, is that the second and third line trying to stay connected here. Surprising. A race with people having trouble staying connected. Yeah, I forgot Elliott won last year in the fall. When I was doing my earlier race breakdown, I was talking about him being the 2019 winner of the spring Talladega race, which he was. But he also won this race in the fall, so yeah. Here we go. We're going to have to wait and see here, but again, I think some pushes from this outside line could really help the drivers take control here. And oh, what is wrong with... How has Logano lost everybody? Here comes the pack. Logano, get to the top line here. But yeah, that top line, they have gotten broken apart, and now Chase Elliott is clear. He can move both lines. So here we go. Here we go. We're getting ready. 5 laps to go. 5 more times around. 5 more times around. Curious to see what Joey Logano's going to do here. He goes up. And he's... really, Logano? Are you kidding me? Oh, there we go. His teammate, he was able to find a teammate in the middle of all that to help stop him from falling further. But, I mean, seriously, Logano, you had to go in right in the middle of the pack and forcing people to have to swerve to avoid you when you move out the way of the bottom line, no problem. You're kidding me. But yeah, Joey, if you're going to move out the way next time. But yeah, and oh, who are they lapping now? I don't know, but whoever they are lapping, he's doing the right thing and getting all the way to the outside lane here and drifting back. So yeah, I mean, but ultimately that decision has now killed this outside line for this stage here. I mean, we might see some drivers try and pop up there to try and make this work, but yeah, the battle for the stage win is ultimately pretty close to over here with Chase Elliott. So here we go. So here we go. That outside line has gotten organized now, and they are starting to build back some of that momentum that they didn't have. And there we go. You know what? Hey, I said that I thought they were done, and all of a sudden they get really organized, and Bubba takes his nose out there. So here we go. Chase Elliott trying to get both stages here at Talladega, something that apparently has never been done in the stage racing era. Granted, that's only been lasting for like 5-6 years now, but it's an interesting stat there. Especially considering the dominance that Stewart-Haas had at Talladega in 2018 in the fall race. But yeah, here we go. This is coming to the checkered flag here in stage number 2. And Chase Elliott, he's going to have a challenge from Almirola. Almirola's going to steal the stage win. No, wait, they're showing why are they showing Bubba Wallace? But yeah, Eric Almirola stole the stage win there at the last moment, so that's a playoff point for Almirola if he can manage to get to the playoffs. So we'll have to wait and see, obviously, if he can get to the playoffs. But hey, he just got himself a playoff point that'll carry with him when and if he does get there. Man, that was... I didn't think he was going to have the momentum to try and do that, but man... Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So, yeah, that was a pretty good second stage, though. I ended up leaving McDowell in my garage because, yeah, he wasn't going anywhere. Forgot to kind of give you guys a heads up that the stage was ending, but yeah. Here we go. We have had a really been fighting with keeping the stream going all day. So here we go. We're going to be getting ready, though, for the final stage. 68 laps to the checkers. Again, you're going to have to pit once right around the halfway point, and there won't be any kind of delaying it because you won't be able to go much further than about halfway. I mean, you can go so 34 would be halfway. You can go about 10 laps past halfway in this stage on fuel. But I mean, again, I think pitting right at halfway is actually a halfway decent strategy here. But man, here we go. So trucks are back at Kansas. I believe Xfinity Series is with Cup next week at Dover. So there we go. How we haven't had a multi-car crash yet is kind of surprising. Especially where we've had two drivers loop it on pit road. And then we had McDowell in the middle of the pack. How none of those turned into big multi-car accidents is kind of amazing. So Joey is the free pass. Briscoe, McLeod, and McDowell are the other three trapped laps down right now. Front of the line that's going a little bit of trouble getting out of his pit stall there. He had to get around, it looked like maybe Allmendinger. And he's losing more spots on exit pit road. He was, I don't know if he was trying to count out to be in a certain spot. Although, again, choose cone, so he doesn't have, it's not like he's trying to get inside or outside lane based on counting cars. But yeah, it looked like he was just losing spots there. Yeah, I was kind of hoping for a better race today, but man, this race has kind of been a little bit of a letdown so far. The fact that the internet's been absolutely awful. So here we go. Extender to on figuring out. It's frustrating. It's very much a track position style race, which is very not normal for NASCAR at Talladega. But I feel like you really can't pick outside the top. Which again, Talladega should not be hard to pass. Here we go. Hoping to get the extender should be up by tomorrow. So here we go. Are they doing choose cone now? Trying to figure out if this is to go there. If they'd made that move a little earlier, they probably could have gotten a 1, 2, 3 in this stage, honestly. But I think they were worried because the fear is that you make that move too early and you potentially go from a 1, 2, 3 to a being the sitting ducks out front. Up getting beat by 1 point in the playoffs. We know where that 1 point fell. So yeah, Harrison Burton running pretty well. But yeah, here we go. Harrison Burton could start to work both lanes. Harrison Burton could start to work both lanes. So there we go. Yeah, I think Bubble would have been better served staying on that inside line, it looks like. Because now that inside line has got all the momentum and has now taken the lead here. But here we go. So Harrison Burton and Noah Gragson managed to make that move work. Wow. So here we go, here we go. Say this is gonna be the we're starting the final segment, which means again the race to kind of lap 34 in this stage, otherwise known as 34 laps to go, is gonna be the talking point here as we get towards this one, because so far fuel mileage has been the name of the game in both the in both the stages so far. It's been very much a green flag run. So here we go. And yeah, right now though you got the double file lines going. Oh, that outside line is dropping back quite a bit compared to where I thought it would be. But yeah, Burton, Gregson, Bubba. Then you got Truex. There we go. Where did Blaney come from? Where did Ryan Blaney come from? Hold up. NASCAR. Can we get a replay? Where did Ryan Blaney come from? Oh, wait, was he third place on that inside line? Because I see a gap there. Okay, so I think I might have understood. So Ryan Blaney was third on the inside line, jumped up in front of Bubba, and carried that line's momentum now to the race lead. And we're going to commercial break without even acknowledging the move. Are you kidding me, Fox? Are you kidding me? Fox. Why? We just had a move from the inside to the outside lane and took the lane to the lead and no acknowledgement before we went to the commercial break. Hopefully, by the time we get back from this commercial break, we better have a replay ready. Oh my. But yeah, third car inside line, jumped up to the outside line and made the pass for the lead. That is insane. And again, in no reason should we have gone to commercial break without at least acknowledging that Blaney is now your race leader. Ah, oh, man, I mean, come on. Oh, man, here we go. So yeah, it's been a while since we had a repeat winner. You'd have to go back to, what, 2019 to find a repeat winner? But yeah. So, Blaney made, or that he must have made, again, looks like we're just going to go ahead and assume that Blaney's been there the whole time. But yeah. Yeah, somebody talking loud upstairs. But yeah, here we go. No, I mean, we have just say if only I could just if the stream could just stay up and consistent, that'd be nice. But yeah, here we go. All right, here we go. But yeah, I mean, right now though, again, we got the side by side for the race lead, and we still have yet to have a thing to show the massive move that Blaney did to get from where he was third car, kind of boxed in on the bottom line, to race leader. I mean, that was just crazy, but here we go. Say we're closing in on 2250 on the subscriber count, so I'd love to see if we could break that during the month of May. I'd like to imagine that we could. They just said Rusty Wallace for the booth next week. That's gonna be cool. See that one, but yep. So here we go. So here we go. Yeah, Blaney doing really well. Man. Yeah, I would love to see somebody we don't expect to see win this thing. Like, I mean, can we just see again? Like, the problem is we haven't seen anybody really be able to come from about further than about. Like, Blaney is the biggest move we've seen today. Blaney making the move to go from third inside lane, so essentially fifth place, to the race lead. And so you could even say third, because technically, if he was clear enough to be able to move up, there weren't cars on the outside putting him further back. So he went from third to first with one move, which is pretty impressive. But again, it's just kind of the limits. So here we go. So yeah, we've gone green flag though so far this stage. Again, we're getting closer. We're about 14 laps away from potential pit stops. Again, I've kind of highlighted lap 34 as the potential, because that's again halfway in this stage. So here we go. So here we go. Oh, we got a spin. What happened to Harrison Burton? What? We got a yellow. Something happened. Harrison Burton's around. I'm hearing doors shutting. Did someone shut the door that's keeping me my internet going? I want to see what happened here, because I kind of missed it, but yeah, here we go. No idea what happened here. He just got a really big push from Noah Gragson. Spins down the track, saves it, loops it down to the bottom. Then there were kind of some other cars spinning around in the back. Austin Hill got a piece of it. Not sure who the teal car in the back. Maybe Reddick. Although Reddick's a lot further up in the field. I don't know who that light bluish teal car was. It was the 38, Zane Smith. So there we go. But yeah, I mean, again, that was just plate track racing. Yeah, maybe Gregson could have gotten laid off his bumper a bit, but well, I guess we know where everybody's gonna try and pit, and this is gonna be interesting. We got 46 laps to go. Now, granted, it might be a lap or two before they open pit road, but fuel mileage to the finish, you can probably make it, but it is gonna be a barely situation. You won't be leading. It won't be by much if you do make it. And if we go to an overtime finish, that will be massive. So here we go. But yeah, we got long yellow here though before we go back green, so. Yep, fun time. So here we go. Yep, hopefully next week goes a little better, because, yeah. Would love to see, as I can't wait for Darlington. That's going to be a fun one. Let's see. Am I gonna be able to do all three races at Darlington? Let's see. Schedule Xfinity Series. Let's see. Xfinity Series upcoming schedule. Let's see. I know I won't be home for 10. Man. Why? Let's say I'm kind of a bummer that the next two Xfinity races both start at 1:30. I wish I could cover the Xfinity Series some more. What about trucks? They also race at Darlington that weekend. Please just tell me they're a later night Saturday. This. Then they go Friday night at Darlington. So there is seemingly no reason for them to be that early on Saturday or that early on Saturday for the Darlington race for the Xfinity cars, and then the North Wilkesboro truck race is also early, so I won't be able to do that one either. Dang, there's a lot of races I won't be able to cover that I really want to. So here we go. Kind of a bummer that there's a lot of races that I want to take. Yeah, be able to cover that I can't. But here we go. All right, they're doing pit stops right now. Everybody pit. There is no reason for anybody to not pit here. And I'm saying, if you don't win the race, if you're not one of these top, I'd say if you're not in the top half of the pack, I think from 20th on back, you come and pit for to top off after this, right before we go green. But man, here we go. So here we go. Yeah, so right now we're just frustrating that the internet's not staying stable enough to keep this stream going. Hopefully gonna have a fun duel to the finish here. But yeah, this has been a long build up for next to nothing happening. Alright, so here we go. So let's see. Yeah, so they went over a bump on the track. Let's say Harrison Burton did a fantastic job to keep that thing from going up into traffic there. So here we go. Brad Keselowski topping off. Chris Buescher topping off. So again, those are two drivers I would say that I think should be getting. Let's see, those are two drivers I'm sure are topping off to try and make sure that they don't have to worry about fuel mileage the rest of the way. I was kind of hoping that we would see more cars try it. Because again, you don't want to see too many drivers kind of getting running out of fuel here at the end, but we'll have to wait and see if Blaney, if Amarola, if Bubba can make it. A lot of them are going to be fighting to try and stay in the green here. Okay, so Joey Logano, Eric Jones also coming back for fuel. So here we go. One part about this, the latter half of this race is going to be the fact that they're going to be trying to save fuel, which means you're going to see nobody really want to lead this race. Begrudgingly leading. Because they don't want to lead. Well, not really teammate, but his Toyota factory teammate and also his boss. And I say, is Bubba going to start making the block or is he going to wait a little longer? So here we go. Ryan Blaney on the inside, Bubba Wallace on the outside. It's say those three Toyotas, they are a force to be reckoned with on that outside lane. Oh, starting to see. Yeah, there is a third. So here we go. So Eric Jones is the lead car on the outside line. They're so far back though, and they pretty much have the max amount of cars right now. I mean, let's. But here we go. Oh, whoa! We got a stack up there in the middle line there, and that is what the outside line needed. The outside line needed a stack up like that. That pushed Bubba Wallace back. Not sure who that was that popped up to lead the outside lane. But here we go. Everybody is drifting further back. That inside line, or that middle line, I mean, is starting to be like the sucker hole. So that's Ty Gibbs leading the the middle line here. Here we go. I say what? How they're saying he doesn't show much emotion. I wonder how much emotion Ty Gibbs will show. So here we go. Ty Gibbs in that middle line. I mean, again, he showed a lot of speed there. So here we go. So here we go. 3 wide for second. 3 wide for second, and we are at a commercial break, of course. And the pressure is building. Ryan Preece to the race lead from the outside lane. We had not seen this outside lane be this good up until now. But now that we got 3 lanes, this is awesome. We have got a really good race going here. 3 lines of intense racing. 3 wide for the race lead. Ty Gibbs through the middle for the race lead. There we go. Ty Gibbs to the lead. So here we go. So Ty Gibbs, Ryan Preece on the outside, and I think it's still Ryan Blaney on the inside line. So Ty Gibbs between 2 Ryans, and this Ryan is absolutely like middle area. He is gonna wreck if he keeps doing that. And that's not gonna be good. But here we go. Good push from the 23 here. This is going to be a launch to try and launch Ty Gibbs back into this fight. And there we go. Say Ryan Preece and Eric Jones kind of drifting back a little bit. Here goes Ty Gibbs back to the front. Ryan Blaney's holding strong on that inside line, but it is going to be a tough fight here to the checkers. But here we go. Ryan Preece getting a really good push here from Eric Jones. I just don't know if it's going to be enough to get him back up there, but again, so far it looks like that inside line is being the dominant force on the day. So here we go. They're starting to build it back up here. For Blaney to let his car cool down. And I say you're gonna have a massive run, and actually they managed to minimize the run from their own inside line. I thought that was gonna be a bigger problem, but let's say Blaney, he's won these races twice, but he's won them by a combined about 2 feet. Maybe not even that much. But here we go. Ty Gibbs was a big run to the outside here on Ryan Blaney. So right now, I mean, again, Ty Gibbs, he is staying right there, and he is going to challenge for this race lead, I feel, all the way to the checkers. But the third line, that's going to be the X factor. Can the outside line show up and actually perform here? If not, we might be, they may have a little bit of trouble here. But as of right now, I would say that this inside line probably is the preferred one if you're looking to try and find a race win threat. The problem is that there's not. Well, if you're Noah Gragson right now, you're 3rd car on the inside line, but there's nowhere to move. You can't go up the track because there's a car there. You can't go down the track because that's out of bounds. You can't go really forward because there's Eric Almirola there. And they're lapping Michael McDowell yet again. No practice is a choke. I mean, I don't get it. Yeah, no practice is a joke. But here we go. Alright, here we go. And so the side-by-side commercial is the drivers are side-by-side. We got right now, though, again, Ryan Blaney, he's going to try and hold on for this race win. But the fact that if Ty Gibbs can pull off a win in his first full-time Cup season, I mean, I know that it will be about on par with when Austin Cindric won the Daytona 500 in his first NASCAR full season last season. When was the last time we had rookies win races in back-to-back years? You'd have to go back probably quite a while to find that. The last year that we had multiple rookies go, the last year that we had rookies win in back-to-back years. So, yeah, I mean, Denny Hamlin in 2006 and Kyle Busch in 2005, I guess, would be a pair. So you wouldn't have to go back too far, but I mean that's still almost 10 years now. Actually, that's almost 20 years now. What am I saying? I think because going back to like 2014's rookie class, like from 2014, 2013, the 2015 rookie class was nothing to really scoff at. There was nothing really of much value in the in those rookie classes. So, I mean, I think most of those drivers probably are still winless to this day. But yeah. And for drivers to have won in their rookie year in particular. Because I know we had a lot of drivers get first time wins in, say, like 2017. We had like 5 or 6 get their first win. But none of them were rookies because 2017 it was Jones and Suarez was the rookie class pretty much, and Ty Dillon. Suarez got his first win last year, Jones back in 2018, and then Ty Dillon still looking for that first win. So Stenhouse has control of that front, the front of the top lane there. Again, it's so far back there though that it's going to be hard to make the momentum up here. But here we go. I know who used to drive the 99 car, but yeah. That old Roush number 99 car was beautiful. But yep. I'm curious to see what this finish is gonna look like when we get to like 10 to go. And I say the fuel mileage conversation is gonna have to start happening here. Then you're gonna have the conversation about potentially when do the Toyota start ditching on each other? Do you start seeing maybe somebody trying to jump up in front of Ty Gibbs to try and control that second line? But yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard for anybody other than Ty Gibbs to win the Ty Gibbs or Ryan Blaney to really win this race. Though at this point, it would take a pretty drastic shift in line. But here we go. So we've been live for 3 hours. The race is going on 3 hours here, but honestly, it's pretty decent pacing for us. for a 500-mile super speedway race. Normally these are much longer, 3.5, 4 hours going on. But here we go. And Ryan Blaney, Eric Almirola on that inside line. Say, if Almirola can get clear, I think Almirola might want to try and jump out of line there. Hey, Patrick, how's it going? But, yeah, I think, again, with the way that this is a two-line race, basically, I think Almirola, if he gets an opportunity, he should try and get out from behind Blaney. Although, again, you might want to try and wait till later in the race to pull that kind of move, because you don't want to end up making that move and then turning out that the inside line just moves up and you're now in the same kind of spot. Although leading a line gives you a much better shot to win the race than being second. But if you can make that move later, less chance for someone else to make a move on the same type of move that you made on you. So here we go. Let's see. The inside or the middle line there is starting to drift way back. They have kind of lost all sense of organization here. And now you've got the inside line starting to dominate, and Ty Gibbs is going to have a real hard time now. So, good on Almirola for not making the move this early, because, again, that's another thing that can happen. The inside, or that middle line can kind of fall apart, but no one really saw that coming. I think some of those Toyotas might be looking at moving to that extreme outside there to try and get in front of Stenhouse. But, yeah, here we go. Great seeing you too, Patrick. Always nice to see you in the chat. But here we go. Yeah, the middle row has lost any sense of pace. They need to get organized and make a charge. But it's going to be hard with most of their drivers 3 wide in the middle. But yeah, right now, without a yellow, we're going to be in, this race is going to be pretty interesting, but it is kind of a one-lane train right now. There we go. Stenhouse making a move around the outside of Ty Gibbs, 3 wide for that, 12th spot, I think it is. Gibbs is 9th, actually. So, here we go. Oh, yeah, we know how Dega goes. The problem is that this Dega race really hasn't been like many other Dega races in recent memory. Because you really haven't had... You haven't had a third lane established pretty much at all. You haven't had much in terms, almost every lead change. Because we've had 50 lead changes, but almost all of them are from the lanes just doing this at the line. Just pass, pass, pass. So, and these drivers, they've avoided wrecking a lot outside of Michael McDowell being. So 17 overtimes at Talladega in its history, so that's a lot of overtime. That's one thing, is that those Toyotas have not looked stable to be able to. And yeah, this is not going to be it's going to be interesting to see how, again, the Toyotas working together versus Ryan Blaney and Amaral on that inside, who aren't really teammates, even though they are Fords, versus the Toyotas, who are pretty much entirely teammates. Granted, I know the 2311 cars aren't technically Joe Gibbs cars. They're close enough that it doesn't really make a big difference. I mean, the only difference is the name on the entry sheet for the most part. But here we go. That inside line, it's got a ton, or the outside line, I mean. The Toyota line has got its momentum back, that's for sure. So, Denny thinks that the 12 and the 54 are both short on fuel, which would make sense because they've both been leading their respective lines almost all day long. Especially since the drop of this green flag for the final stage here. So, could Michael Jordan and 2311 go back to victory lane again this year? Because they went to victory lane quite a bit last year. And over the last 2 years, really. I mean, Bubba's taken them to victory lane twice. You've had Kurt take them to victory lane once. Reddick's taken them to victory lane once already this year. But this is where their first win did come. With Bubba Wallace back in 2021. Back when they were still just a one-car team. But right now, let's say that inside line, you're really at an odds for how you gain track position there, because the bottom, there isn't much you can do. Here we go. Ty Gibbs has got a run out front. He might be able to start blocking both lanes, but then Blaney comes back on the inside, and Blaney. Oh no! Here we go. Here comes a run. This is the shot. Does Ty Gibbs choose to start blocking both lanes? No, he stays up top with his Toyota team and doesn't go down and start blocking both lanes. And that outside line, that third line, is starting to form here at the very end of the race. So maybe it's been possible this whole time. Oh, there we go. Christopher Bell going up to the top line. That's the first Toyota we've seen pull out a line. Oh, we got Chase Elliott looking to pull out a line. Oh, Ty Gibbs to the top. Along with, looked like Bubba Wallace as well went to the top. Denny Hamlin, MTJ, both as well up to the top line here. So, yep, there we go. They shut down that top line by basically eliminating their own inside, their middle line there. But there we go. The Toyotas all managed to get to the top and managed to avoid losing any track position, really, by that top line who was charging. So here we go. This is going to be interesting here as we get to the checkered flag. We got under 10 laps to go here. Let's say the outside lane is in trouble because they only have 4 cars in the outside lane and the lead car is damaged. But there's just not enough cars out there. Christopher Bell gonna take a massive tank in terms of the final standings at the end of this race because he is in behind the 45 there. So the front 3 though, or front 4 on the inside line, they can start to make moves. And if I'm Harvick or if I'm Gregson, I am considering making the move up, especially if I'm Gregson. Because I think, I don't necessarily want to be in the middle of a bunch of Fords trying to make this race win happen. I think if I'm in the middle of all these Fords, I want to get to that outer lane, although I know the Toyotas aren't going to be my friends. I just don't think you're in position to potentially get boxed in if the Toyotas do get another run to get back up here. And you don't want to be stuck with no options. Versus being able to maybe become the new leader of that front line at the top. All right, here we go. Top line. It's starting to form again. Let's see who from the middle line here, the Toyota line, is going to be the first one to jump up there. Corey LaJoie and Stenhouse, they are leading this outside line right now. But there was not a lot of run there. But here we go. Those Toyotas, they're trying to make it work, but there's just not enough momentum really throughout the rest of the pack here. I mean, here we go. 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go here at Talladega. Here we go. Can Ty Gibbs get back there? Oh, Joey Logano's around. There's just not much open. Oh, there we go. We're back. Yes, it's back alive. It's alive. Oh, this is so frustrating, the internet. But we are back, and hopefully we're back for the run to the checkers. Man. But, yeah, Harrison Burton is on the record. He is done for the day. All right, let me see if I can pull back up my personal leaderboard, because I shut that down trying to get the stream back up. But I do want the leaderboard up if it's not going to kill the stream again. But here we go. So here we go. What's going to happen here? It's going to be a fight for the spots. Trying to think of what happens here. I think the Fords end up taking one lane. I think the Chevys and Toyotas probably both go up to the top. Because the Fords probably are the preferred manufacturer to have from what we've seen, but here we go. So here we go. We're back, we're live, and we are hopefully going to get to see a good finish here at least. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Who's going to take what lane? The choose cone here is going to be the insane factor here. Alright, so here we go. The choose cone here at Talladega. Alright, here we go. Choose cone is happening, and we are we got ourselves it's definitely a split. Looks like a lot of Fords going low. Gregson takes if Gregson wins the Rookie of the Year by winning this race. If Gregson wins Rookie of the Year because he wins one race, it'll be the second time in recent years that's happened, and really, potentially the driver that gets the Rookie of the Year was not the deserving driver. Now, again, it's possible that he turns around his season and potentially has a standout year here. But we're getting ready for overtime here at Talladega. We got a 2-lap overtime restart here, and it's going to be chaotic. So here we go. Oh boy, here we go, here we go, here we go. So it's going to be Noah Gragson on the outside versus all the Fords on that inside line. I think the Fords are going to have an advantage. The question is, who is his pusher? Because I did not get to see who got to choose there on that one. Who chose the outside behind Gragson? Here we go. Zoom in. Zoom in. Nope. Not on the crowd. You. Come on, Fox. Show the group of cars so I can see who's starting behind Gragson. I can't tell. I think that might be Byron. Hard to tell, though. Is that Kyle Busch? No, that's Chastain. Chastain. Here we go. Coming through the GEICO restart zone, and it is going to be green, green, green. Green flag is out, and they are racing at Talladega. One last time. Here we go. It's overtime, and Noah Gragson's got a push. He's got the push. He's got a lot of Chevy help behind him. He's got Chastain. He's got Larson. He's got the other Kyle, and yeah, he's up the track. He is wrecking. Gragson has wrecked, and we are going for another overtime situation here. Oh, Ryan Preece gets collected. Kyle Larson is torn up. Oh, my. And that is a lot of crash damage here in this overtime restart here at Talladega. Oh, man. Hate to see it for a lot of those drivers who were running very well. So the question is who all made it through undamaged. We'll have to wait probably a few laps to kind of see that. But, man, here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Here, too. You got to realize you're going out, you're getting shuffled out, and you can't just sandwich everybody like that down into the inside fence. So, yeah, that was a big hit for Ryan Preece. Again, hopefully he's okay. We'll have to wait and see, but yeah. It only ends up taking out like 4 or 5 cars total. All right, drivers are having to pit for fuel. Drivers are running out of gas. Chastain had to pit for fuel. Ryan Blaney, I'm sure, will have to pit for fuel. He's got to. Say Ryan Blaney, he is at risk of running out of fuel. Amarola may run out of fuel. Kyle Busch, he might be in the catbird seat here. He's been sitting back in the pack. He's been saving the fuel. Here we go. Oh, sounds like Kyle Busch might be wanting to come to pit road too. Okay, so I thought Kyle might be. This is gonna make this interesting, that's for sure. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. What? Wow. So Larson's car, like the actual roll cage itself broke. That's a severe failure of the next gen car if that happened. Oh man, here we go. That was as we see the choose cone here. Ryan Blaney runs out first, so he's led a lot, and he is going to be lower on fuel than some of these other guys. But here we go. Let's line them up and get ready to go. Keselowski in 7th. That's going to be an interesting one. Cindric there. He's a former plate winner already in his young career. Truex, Briscoe, they're cars that are still in the race, so maybe they've been saving fuel in the back. Chase Elliott as well is back there as well, so here we go. And here we go, coming to the green flag. Green, green, green. It'll be, oh, sorry, a little early. Coming through the GEICO restart zone, and it is green flag racing. Green, green, green. Green flag is out, and we are racing at Talladega, and somebody is out of gas already. Was that? Oh, that was Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs is out of fuel. Ty Gibbs is out of gas. Now the question is, when will Ryan Blaney go? That's the next car on my list. I think Ty Gibbs is the next one to run out of fuel. Kyle Busch, though. Kyle Busch takes the race lead. He is on fumes. Oh, let's say, here we go. Bubba Wallace on the back bumper of the number 8 car here. Kyle Busch and Bubba Wallace, nose to tail here. And a lot of guys. Amarola looks to be running out of fuel. Amarola looks to be out of fuel here as we come to through the tri-oval for the white flag looking this time. Bubba is looking for any way around the number 8 car. It looks like that number 8 car might be trying to save fuel as well. He looks to be... There we go. Bubba Wallace to the race lead with Ryan Blaney in tow. Blaney, Bubba, the white flag is out. This will be the last one. Bubba Wallace spins. Kyle Busch takes the race lead. Bubba Wallace is spun and the yellow flag is flying. Kyle Busch is going to win this race. Kyle Busch won this thing. Kyle Busch is going to win this race. Woohoo! Come on. Yeah, Kyle. Woohoo! Whew. Kyle Busch wins this race. And, oh man, Allmendinger got hit in there. No. But Kyle Busch made the winning move. And I say he's got to make it to the start-finish line. Wait, he can't run out of fuel. Don't run out of fuel, Kyle. Kyle's got the fuel. Here we go. Kyle, he has got the fuel to make it. Kyle Busch takes the race win here Kyle Busch takes the race win here at Talladega for a plate win. The first time since 2010, Kyle Busch is a plate race winner at Talladega. Oh boy. Ryan Blaney comes home second. Chris Buescher third. Briscoe fourth. Eric Jones fifth. Byron sixth. Todd Gilliland comes home seventh in the third entry. We'll be talking about that one later on. But man, what happened to first off, what happened to the Bubba? Because that was what happened there? So here we go. So Bubba went up to the top. He went down to the bottom then because he saw Blaney starting to head that way. Tried to block. Tried to go back up to block, and he just spun himself off the nose there and ended up piling up Cindric, Allmendinger, a couple other cars in the mid to back half the pack there as well. But man. Whew, there we go. Kyle Busch takes the race win here. And yeah, you had to try and do that one, but there we go. Wow. Kyle Busch wins it. Alright, so here we go. Kyle Busch wins a plate race. What on earth has happened today? Say, Kyle had to go below the double yellow line to make that pass. Now, under normal circumstances, that would be illegal, but because he was avoiding a wreck, Kyle Busch That's a legal move because he was avoiding her crash. Bubba Wallace not able to win this race, unfortunately. J.J. Yaley, by the way, 8th. Keselowski comes home 9th. And Christopher Bell, after losing a ton of track position, comes home 10th. And Kyle Busch ends up winning this race. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you guys are new. The goal is to try and get to, is going to try and get to 2,000 to 2250 by the end of next month. But hopefully you guys are enjoyed, and I will see you guys next live stream video or whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your day. Have a great day, everybody, and goodbye.